Hello. So I got another book here, and this one's been out for a while, but since I put her other one up and did a flip through, I thought I would do this one as well. This again is by Maggie Enterrios, and I probably said her last name wrong. I'm terrible with that. But it's a nice book. It's flowers. So if you like to do florals and botanicals, this is a good one for you. If you haven't already seen her other book on my channel, go ahead and check that one out because it's just as lovely. It's got a nice, it's a soft cover, but it's a hard paper. And the color is lovely as well. And I went ahead and flipped through it really quickly. And the first few pages, of course, just giving you the basic info, which is in all books. But the publication date over here, you know, it was first published in 2021. And it's got Maggie's name there, which is wonderful because, you know, this is an artist book, meaning these pictures were done and drawn by Maggie herself. So with that being said, in the front cover, there's a place that you can write your name or whoever is completing the projects in this book. But we'll flip through here. I did notice, though, that some of the images that were posted, like, for example, on Amazon reviews, it's really hard to see on those reviews what those images look like because people aren't great with their cameras. I, for one, am not that great. But I wanted to showcase this book because the line art is very nice. It looks busy, but when you actually get it in front of you, it's not overwhelming. There is details, but her details are just the right amount. So I don't find that it's too much to do like I do some of the other books. But again, that's a personal preference. And I say to each their own on what style they like. There's a nice little introduction here that Maggie put in there, and she signed it. So we'll just flip through here. And she's got the name of the flower that's in this opposing picture. It's a clematis, which there's some beautiful examples of clematis online if you want a reference for colors. And let me note, the paper is really good. It's a nice quality paper that you could use gel pens and maybe some wet mediums, but you still want to put a backer page just in case. So as we flip through here, she's got some single flowers. And she's put the names down, a decorative dahlia and a ball dahlia. And you'll see a few of those throughout the book. And she's used these flowers in her drawings. So it's great practice if you want to use the single flower to practice before you go all in on the picture. But here's a nice double page spread of those two flowers. And again, here you got the twin flower. And she's utilized the twin flower in here with some of the other flowers that she's already noted in the book. It's a great book. Some daffodils. A trumpet flower and golden wattle. Now, I know I've seen it before, but I've never heard the name before. So it's great information. And here is a beautiful picture. It looks like maybe some foxgloves and some hummingbirds. This 2-page spread is wonderful. Although it does go into the seam a little bit, I don't see why you can't get in there with a nice sharp pencil. It's still a lovely book. And you got birds of paradise, which those are always fun to color. Keep you in frame here. You got some little green frogs you could do, or even make the frogs some bright colors like the birds of paradise, like blue and red and orange. Monstera, Morning Beauty, Echeveria. I have no idea how to say that. It's kind of funny. Look at this. This reminds me, these ones, it remind me of succulents. Maybe that's what it is. Might have to look that one up later. Stargazer Lily. Now those are fun to do as well. The stargazers can be really beautiful. Oops. You got Columbine, Crocosmia, and chrysanthemums. She's got some unique plants in here. I like that. Something you don't necessarily know what they are, but you've probably colored them a million times. Lily of the Valley. And look at this wonderful page of the berries. This will be one I do. You know it will, because I like to do berries. And blackberries and raspberries are two of my favorite ones to do. And some butterflies in here. But I'm sure it looks really, really busy. But the details are just enough. You got asters and plumbago. Look at all these wonderful flowers she has drawn. It's just fabulous. This is a great book to have. You got some foxgloves. Now here in the Pacific Northwest, foxgloves grow all over out here, especially in unincorporated areas and in our national forests. And I like that she's got a mixture of the ferns in here, because that's absolutely what you see when you're walking around out there. Hibiscus, which is more of a tropical flower. Treasure flower. Now I'm going to have to look that one up too. Ixoria, or I don't know if I said that right either. Wow, she's throwing some good ones at me. Look at this stunning 2-page spread with the butterflies. Wow. Some really great pictures again. An English rose. I like that this book is about a 9x9. It's not a 12x14 or 12x12 or 8.5x11. It's about 9x9. It's not tiny, but it's just a good size. You got lupines and marigolds. A lot of double-page spreads in here, which I like that. You got your orchids. Now, orchids can be tricky to color, but they are still fun to do. You got your peonies and some different leaves. Porcelain flowers and protea. And again, some of those flowers and leaves incorporated into the pages that she's drawn out. Pansies. Violas and a spider plant. Violas not to be confused with a pansy, but they look similar. So do jumping jacks. And I know a lot of people didn't know that. Jumping jacks are smaller though. They're like mini pansies. Apricot blossom, and that looks maybe like a cardinal or a woodpecker. That's a cool bird. Trillium. We got hyacinth and a hybrid tea rose, which hybrid tea roses can be a range of colors from whites to reds to blues and purples. It's a nice spread of the hybrid tea roses here. We've got morning glory and some snails. There's some snails in here with the morning glory. You've got freesia and cosmos. And she's got like a combination on this page. You've got the birds of paradise. You've got some of the, which looks like some foxgloves up here. Some roses. Some foxgloves down here. Oh, great. I'm going to say this one wrong. You know I'm not going to get it right. Frangipani? I've never even heard of that. I'm going to have to sit down when I'm done here and Google some of these flower names. Frangipani. It's almost funny. Daphne. Zinnias and fuchsias. Fuchsia is the one flower that I can grow, which is weird because it's a hard flower to grow, but I can manage that in roses. But I can kill just about anything else. Strange. In the back, it gives you a little story about Maggie. She's been professionally drawing, it says here, since 2010 as a commercial illustrator, published author, and speaker. And she's known for her dense style of botanical illustration and pattern creation. It goes on to give you a little bit of more detail about Maggie. And it says this is her third publication and her first coloring book. It's good to know. And you got some blank pages in the back. Of course, you can use that for color testing. And it's got that nice hard cover on the back. Again, this is Flowerscape by Maggie Enterrios. I know I said that wrong. But it's a simple book, but it's a very detailed, but not overly detailed book. And all in all, I would recommend this book to anybody of all ages. Again, if you like a little detail and a lot of florals and botanicals, her books are definitely up your alley. But they're not so overwhelming that you go cross-eyed looking at them. And there's not too many details. The details are just the perfect amount, I think. So with that being said, happy creating. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon.